The Leica M11-D stands as a bold statement in an era of oversaturated digital advancements. Leica has stripped this camera down to the essentials, keeping it remarkably simple while blending modern technology with an analog soul. After observing the M11-D, we've come to understand both its strengths and a few notable weaknesses that Leica could improve. Let's share our observations on how this camera performs, its unique design, and the elements that stand out, whether for better or worse. You know how most cameras are these days? They're equipped with so many features, and that too with such complexities, that most people, when getting that in hand for the first time, get perplexed about how to operate that and how efficiently that can be done. Well, Leica has proven that in this era, not all cameras need to be made so futuristic that people take ages to get the hang of it, and that's evident with their newly launched M11-D. They have designed the M11-D with simplicity at its most. How is that? First of all, there's no screen on the back of the camera, and trust me, that is their unique selling point for this camera. At first, we were like, wait, what? But when we got to learn about Leica's objective behind it, it made complete sense, and that was to put our concentration back into photography without distraction. How come that's a distraction when having an LCD display at the back? Now imagine this. When you're taking a photograph in a zoo or forest where you're trying to capture animals like chimpanzees' movements. You take a snap and then drool over back to your camera's screen to check if that's a perfect shot. That could be a perfect shot and there's nothing to be feeling guilty for, but the next movement of the chimpanzee could have been more agile and something to be taken for utmost priority, but you are dead engrossed in your previously taken photos. That's why Leica wants you to be fully honed to photography to get the best shots without any distraction. But don't worry, it has replaced that with an ISO thumb dial at the back. More of that is reminiscent of those old days cameras our dads used to use by rolling it to fix the point on the object. But this time you'll be dealing with ISO to adjust the sensitivity of your camera's image sensor according to your surrounding lighting intensity. Besides, it has no red spot on the front to enhance simplicity, and has a rangefinder window on the top left, whilst a shutter speed dial on the top. Now, just because Leica kept things simple doesn't mean they compromised on image quality. Far from it. The M11-D comes with a 60 megapixel full-frame sensor. That's a lot of pixels to play with. But here's the cool part. You're not stuck with just one resolution. You can choose to shoot at 60, 36, or 18 megapixels, depending on what you need. The quality of photos, particularly in low setting or high setting, doesn't fade due to any graininess or digital noise. It's great to hear that the colors came out rich and vibrant while still looking natural. The camera has an ISO range from 64 to 50,000. It means it can take great photos in all sorts of lighting conditions, from bright sunny days to really dark scenes thanks to its BSI CMOS full-frame sensor. We found that even at higher ISO settings, where some cameras start to show that grainy look, the M11-D held up pretty well. Oh, and let's not forget about the Leica look. It's hard to describe, but photos taken with Leica cameras often have this certain quality to them. They're sharp, but not in an artificial way. There's a depth and character to the images that a lot of photographers love. The M11-D is mainly focused on durability, but that has nothing to do with its compactness and lightweightness. Its body is composed of magnesium and aluminum to give it an all-metal body structure that feels premium but not too heavy in hand. You know very well how annoying it is to hold a camera of heavy weight to move it to bring the subject to a perfect shot. Therefore, Leica has reduced its weight to 540 grams, quite a significant reduction than its predecessor original MD series. The finish is scratch-resistant, making it well-suited for photographers who often find themselves shooting in challenging environments. One of the standout features of the Leica M11-D is its impressive internal storage. With 256 gigabytes of built-in memory, it's 4 times larger than what the regular M11 offers. This addition makes it particularly useful for long shoots where swapping memory cards might be inconvenient. And if that isn't enough, the camera also supports UHS-2 SD cards, allowing for up to 2 terabytes of extra storage. On the connectivity side, Leica has integrated both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, enabling seamless pairing with smartphones and other devices. This opens up possibilities for remote shooting, quick file transfers, and geotagging, all of which can be managed through the Leica FOTOS app. Remember, we talked about how Leica dispensed the display from the rear of the camera. Now, if anyone still has a gripe for how people living in digitalization will accept such lacking, well, when you have this FOTOS app, you can use it as a camera display in a separate device to see how the camera is taking a perfect image of the subject. The camera also includes USB-C for both charging and data transfer, keeping it in line with modern digital standards. A unique feature that might not get enough attention is the Leica Content Credentials System. This technology, compliant with Content Authenticity Initiative, or CAI, and the C2PA standard, verifies the authenticity of an image, tracking its origins and any edits made. This is quite useful for today's photographers who like to upload their images to various photography platforms, notably one of them is Unsplash. Users can upload their photos with additional information derived from the camera that helps the other people visiting that website know where and how these photos were taken. It prevents anyone from throwing any challenges to the photographers regarding those photos' authenticity. Now, we've got to talk about something that really bugged us. For some reason, you can't format SD cards in the camera. It's weird because this is something most cameras let you do, even pretty basic ones. We looked everywhere in the settings, checked the manual, and even tried to find a hidden option in the app. But no, there's no way to format cards in the camera or through the app. It's a strange oversight for a camera that costs nearly $10,000. So, what do you have to do? You need to use a computer to format the card. It's not the end of the world, but it can be a real pain when you're out shooting. Even stranger, older models like the Leica M11-D let you format cards through the app, so it feels like a step backward. We're hoping Leica might fix this with a software update, but for now, it's definitely something to keep in mind if you're thinking about getting this camera. On the plus side, the M11-D has a ton of built-in storage, 256 gigabytes to be exact. That's really useful, especially when you're taking high-resolution photos. The battery life is also pretty great. Whether we were shooting all day or reviewing images through the app, the camera held up without needing frequent charges. Leica has definitely made strides here, and it's something we appreciated while working in the field. At $9,395, the M11-D is definitely not cheap. It's actually $400 more than the regular M11, mainly because of the extra storage and the missing screen. This camera isn't for everyone. If you're used to having lots of features and a quick digital workflow, you might find it frustrating. But if you like the idea of slowing down and really thinking about each shot, you might love it.
All right, we just saw some cool gadgets that are now quite popular, but that wasn't always the case. A lot of marketing had to be done for them to garner such a fan base. So if you are a business owner and want to increase your sales and drive more traffic to your sites, you should check out today's sponsor, TikTok for Business. It is a global platform designed to help brands like yours become creative storytellers and meaningfully engage with millions of TikTok users. Whether you're looking to attract customers, drive sales, or boost conversions, TikTok's unique ad solutions can get you there. From small businesses to large agencies, TikTok for Business has the tools to help you grow. With TikTok for Business, you can launch your first campaign in just 3 easy steps. First, answer a few questions, and TikTok will create a personalized marketing plan just for you. Then, craft your content using an easy-to-use template or upload existing creative. Finally, run your campaign and watch your business reach new heights with the most engaged audience online. So why are you waiting? Find the link in the description box and launch your first TikTok campaign today.
So that's all about the Leica M11-D. Do let us know what you think about this camera. As for everything else, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.